What's up guys, it's Travis and welcome back to my channel. It is a bloody day in the crypto space and you guys know what that means. When there's blood in the streets, that's the time to buy. And so today I added to my Bitcoin holdings because Bitcoin dropped almost 20% from its all-time high in about 3 days. I'm gonna be explaining to you guys what I think happened with the Bitcoin price and why we saw such a significant drop in such a short amount of time. So if that sounds good to you guys and you get value from today's video, then please make sure to leave that thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you wanna see more content like this in the future. Let's jump right into it. So coming down here, taking a look at its wick, you guys can see on this red candle, we hit just about $50,000 on this candle. That's how far it dropped. And then since then, it has bounced back up to this $55,767. Now, in my last video, I talked to you guys about how we'd had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are monthly candles in a row. This was going to be our 7th green monthly candle, and I told you guys, I don't think that this is healthy. Even in a bull market, we usually see some red candles on the way up. And to have 6 green candles in a row, I told you guys I was expecting a pretty serious pullback, and here it is. This may not be the end of it, but this was a significant pullback and we saw this very quickly. So I'm glad I wasn't in any of my leveraged longs here so I could enter into Bitcoin at this $50,000 range because I didn't want to enter a long at our previous all-time highs up here around $65,000. That's not where you want to take a leveraged trade. You want to get down when the markets are bloody. So I like this. Personally, I really like the fact that we're putting in this red monthly candle. I think we need this. Believe it or not, I would really love to see this monthly close red. So if we could just manage to consolidate somewhere around in these ranges, and then from here, continue our movement up, I think that this chart would be much more healthy than just having straight parabolic green candles all the way up. Because as you guys know, when you have this amount of growth, people are taking profits, people get more skeptical, there's a lot of people in the green, people are getting greedy, and so we needed that correction, and I believe that's what we saw yesterday. Why did we have the drop? Well, coming on over to some of the articles that I could find on why I believe this may have happened. So right here by the block, they're talking about leveraged longs. As you guys know, you do not want to take a leveraged long when you're near all-time highs. You want to buy or purchase your Bitcoin or whatever crypto assets when they're bloody, when they're red, when the overall market is having a significantly red day. Because when everyone is in losses, that's where we can make profits. And so that's where you need to take advantage. So these are the days that I like to load up on Bitcoin when the markets are overall down. And as you guys can see, this is the biggest day that we've ever seen in the Bitcoin space as far as liquidations go. We saw $7.6 billion in crypto long positions liquidated in 1 hour as Bitcoin plunged to $52,000. And so what this is showing us here is that there was a lot of FOMO, a lot of greed in the markets, and these obviously weren't healthy positions. Overall, $9.2 billion in crypto long positions have been liquidated in the last 24 hours. Guys, $9.2 billion. Billion. That's a ton of money. When there's this significant amount of loss and these traders get liquidated, that means that they have no more Bitcoin, which means they have to buy back in if they want to get Bitcoin back at these prices. And this is why we saw Bitcoin drop to that $50,000 mark. Everyone's been liquidated, and now we're slowly increasing back up to that $55,000, $56,000 mark because all of these traders had to buy back in at these lower prices. Now, the next article that I want to talk about, and it's actually another thing that I talked to you guys in my previous video, as we talked about, the Coinbase IPO for Coin was listed just about a week ago. And I mentioned to you guys that there was a lot of buildup happening in the Bitcoin price and a lot of these other altcoins. Overall, the crypto market was very excited because there was a lot of good news coming out about Coinbase. Well, as you guys can see, and as you guys know, on the day that Coinbase got listed, Bitcoin dropped, and it's continued to drop ever since. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is the fact that the CEO of Coinbase sold some of his shares on opening day. Now, I don't think that this is something to be alarmed about, but I think that a lot of traders look for reasons to manipulate the market and create fear in the markets in order to benefit their wallets. So the Coinbase CEO sold $291.8 million in shares on its opening day. This amount represents roughly 1.5 of his holdings. So they're saying he didn't sell a lot of his holdings. He sold about 1.5%, but still $291 million on opening day. A lot of people don't really like this. So the CEO, Brian Armstrong, sold 749,999 shares in 3 batches, ranging from $381 to $410 for a total proceed of $291.8 million. Then the Coinbase director and venture capitalist Frederick Wilson sold 4.7 million shares for proceeds of $1.82 billion. That's a lot more than the CEO sold. Then we have the venture capitalist, of which Wilson is a partner through the Union Square Ventures 2012 Fund LP. These guys also sold 4.7 million shares for proceeds of $1.82 billion. Together, the sales by Wilson and his firms accounted for 2/3 of the $5 billion worth of shares sold. And then lastly, we saw Andreessen Horowitz and 2 associated entities sold a total of 1.18 million shares for $449.2 million. So there were a ton of coin shares that were being sold on opening day. And so that's why we did see a large drop in price with the coin ticker and with Bitcoin and all these other altcoins included, because it just didn't look good for the overall crypto space. That the CEO of Coinbase is now selling shares. Now we have another article coming out trying to scare the Bitcoin markets, and that's this article about Bitcoin mining hash rate. The Bitcoin mining hash rate drops as blackouts instituted in China. Regional blackouts instituted in Northwest China may be the cause of a drop in hash rate from several China-based Bitcoin mining operations. As of yesterday, Antpool's hash rate had crashed by 24.5% in a 24-hour period, Binance Pool by 20%, BTC.com by 18.9%, and Poolin by 33%. The blackouts were necessitated because of a comprehensive power outage safety inspection. And I'm gonna totally butcher this, but Xinjiang, per the Wu Talk report. Xinjiang and Sichuan, I totally butchered those, regions of China combined account for more than 50% of the overall Bitcoin mining hash rate, according to this primitive crypto partner Dove Wan. But that's pretty much all I've got for today's video, guys. I hope you're able to get some sort of value from today's video. If you did, then please make sure to leave that thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. Also, do not be discouraged, guys. There are plenty of green days to come. This is only the beginning of the bull market. I believe that we're going to see Bitcoin well into the 6 figures by the end of this year. And so to sell now and forget about Bitcoin, in my opinion, would be one of the biggest mistakes that I personally could make. And so I'm going to just continue to average into these bloody red days and take advantage of all these opportunities that are presenting themselves. With that being said, guys, I'm Travis Trades, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon in the upcoming episode. Take it easy, guys.